this up over here. Whoop. There you go. Go level a little bit like that. There you go. Hello there and welcome to my live stream. My name is Danny. I am located in Yonkers, New York, USA. So welcome to my chat. I'll be on for about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. I was on yesterday. I'm gonna be on today, and then tomorrow. I'm not gonna be on. Because I was this close to missing this one today. A bunch of things came up, but I got some stuff done, and so like I said, starting next week, it's gonna be Tuesdays and Thursdays, 4 p.m. Eastern. That's gonna be my schedule from now on. So this is gonna be the last Wednesday I'm doing this. And the reason why I want to have my own schedule. I want to have Tuesday and Thursday. So when anyone else, Jill's, when he decides to do 2 streams, he likes to do Wednesdays. I don't want to conflict with him, and also I want my own. I like Tuesdays and Thursdays actually, like what do you call it? Bookends. I want to keep it that way. That way I get 2 streams a week. They're not too far apart, and also basically one day apart, Tuesday, Thursday, and then on the weekend, not really Sunday, because Sunday I just don't want to do anything. Sunday is my day of rest. I could leave. That leaves me Friday and Saturday for my other channels. For my retro gaming channel, if I want to do a live stream there, I have those days that I can do live stream for the retro gaming channel, and also my other channel. But those I don't do live stream. I haven't done any live stream on neither one. Only my retro gaming channel I've done live stream. So if you want to check out those channels, especially my retro gaming channel, it's gonna be on the channel feature channels. Right now I have 267 subscribers on that channel. So that one just covers retro gaming, all types of consoles. My son is playing upstairs. He's stomping away. Yeah, so I was a little late right now because I just got in and had to warm up a pizza for my son and serve him and stuff like that. And then so now he's a happy camper playing upstairs. So I'll be on for a couple of hours. So if you want to talk about anything, join the chat. Right now it's no one in the chat right now, but and right now I see the CB band is open. I don't know this over here.
All right, my friend, I'll talk to you later. 321 in Big R, 1475. Get down, get down.
Yeah. Yeah, just channel 6.
They say you got bad money for them, hold on. I got these boys over here in jail, slave boys penitentiary. Can I give them some bail money so they get out? 45. 45. I got them boys in slave boys penitentiary. Can you take them out?
Okay, it's not funny.
I just let you know you were calling the wrong person again, maybe you could be heard. But he was just ignoring you. No doubt about it. He likes to talk to who he knows and not what he is. Yeah, my friend, Smoke called around a week field. I said, hello, man. I can't hear him, but I know he's a bad man. Who you talking to? Yeah, my friend Smoke called out. He said, good evening to him. Yeah, I need the big orange truck. Boys ready out on the pilot, right? All right, 4001.
So CB alive and well, open. Nice.
He was jumping up and down. You ain't got your campaign ticket yet at the airport. Guys, I got much respect for you, baby. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Shoot your clean down. You don't need no ticket, Campaign. You need everybody else to get a ticket. You don't need no ticket. I'm gonna capture up the shelter all these guys with you. You're the pilot on that campaign here. I'm gonna get it straight. Hey, little round, scum girl. I'm gonna drive on. Sure, real good. Come on, my 29 LTD. I got some. Yeah, man. I really said they can't figure the real black man talking about some oxtails on they can't figure it in. You need to go and get some
Oxtail.
You take care of my brother. Hey, Smoke Dog. I talk to a company right name. If he ain't got no name, we don't talk to him. I want nobody to think I'm unducted. Take care. Put it on your legs. Smoke Dog. 147. Go. Interrupt, man. I can't understand a duck fucking thing. I don't know who's coming back to me on that duck sugar there. I'll step wide to the side. KID, Texas Jones. What you doing? Respect that 321. He's got in line to talk to me, so I'm gonna do this thing.
Pile up.
You got one of them sledgehammers. I don't think it's just one of those regular hammers. You got a sledgehammer with a big old front on it. JB said if you guys want to talk, man, you gotta put your hands up and say, may I? Man, come on, JB, come on, man. This ain't elementary school. What's wrong with you? Next thing I know, you're gonna have people in timeout. What's going on? Banana smoothie, the cucumbers, some red berries, some honey mixed with JB. You can't put no grown man in the corner. I refuse to let you do that to my people on 26.025 now. And that's what happens. We got down. That's a whole day right on. Well, no, that's oxtails. And I don't want to bite you on that and make you talk to bacon. Oh, real black man. My dog like oxtails. I don't want to bite you on that and make you talk to bacon. You got the stick right now, but you know what they say. You gotta be merciful when you be powerful. Now that you powerful, you gotta be merciful now, JB. You can't be like that now. Hey, 4001. I hear it's been so long since we bumped it down in the world south. You say you're going to answer the 21. You get let those boys talk. Good day around the northeast. Come on. Hello, around the Great Lakes. Oh, Boston Man Jr. They call me Frank Lucas. I am standing by.
All right. Wow.
I'll do the extra thing real quick. I'll do that to you. Yes, I want to. Let me see to be fair.
Why is it going down? Okay, here we go. Wow, what is it doing down? Okay. Okay, that's better. Okay. Wow. Okay, this radio needs to be cleaned up. This radio definitely needs to be cleaned up. Okay, first thing is first. this thing. All right.
Okay, we've been joined by Fuel Papa 4 Tango Tango.
That sounds like crap. Wow, what's up with that noise? Wow. Whoa. I gotta clean this radio now. My God, this thing is bad. Oh well. All right. Let me turn that off for now. Yep. So what's going on? I see I got like 1 or 2 people watching now. Oh boy. Okay. I'll put this on for a bit.
See what's going on, see if I made any money today. Good day to you, Mr. JB. Oh, Chili in the islands.
Be right back.
You don't want to swallow his head. He's already got a balloon head. You don't want to swallow it. I'm being that I need to be. 4001. 70. I'm being that I need to be. Fuck that.
Beast. Beast over here.
I got you like 30 DBs. I got you on the 0 of the 30. And I got JB in the black. That's what I wanted you to know. Just so you know, bye-bye. JB, you must have got a switch for that thing. You got a remote control brake. Let me get off the
All right. This is the plug for the Grundig 800. This big what is it? How many 9 volts, 1000 milliamp. This is the one for the Grundig 800. If you ever buy the Grundig, man, yeah, you have this one because they have some fake ones, not fake ones, but if you get the wrong one, it's gonna be noisy as hell, from what I've been told. So when I bought that one, I paid $150. I bought it for someone on Craigslist. Yeah, he lived in Brooklyn. I bought it off for him, and that's the first thing I asked him: "Do you got the original power supply?" Otherwise, I would have. I still would have bought it, but you know, I was. So he said, "No, this is the original one." I said, "Oh, good," because I heard these things are hard to find. I even labeled it. I labeled all my because obviously I got a bunch of radios. I labeled them, so I had to make sure because you don't want to lose this one. Because you got to put batteries on that thing. That thing takes like I think it's like 10 batteries. How many batteries does that thing take? I think it's a beast, man. Ugh, it's a beast. Let me see how many batteries. Right here. Oh no, 6. So it's 6 D-size batteries. Yeah. So yeah, so this is like you can see the back of it. You got one for the FM. That's the FM. I gotta hold it like this, like a boombox. That's the FM. Of course, AM. And I believe you can use shortwave on that too. Can you run the wire on that one? Long wire? Yeah. So these you got like a ghetto blaster right here. Shortwave, medium wave, and shortwave, and then FM. Right? Gotta make sure. FM, there you go. Oh, actually, no, and this one actually shares the medium wave too. Medium wave, long wave, both of these. Medium wave, long wave, short wave, FM. Then you have the switch right here. Yeah, this thing is a beast. So that's why I'm gonna have it right now. I was caulking. I had to caulk the window earlier today, and so I don't want no critters coming in here. Man, the thing is like some workout. So I'm gonna have it there. And I'm gonna be using it. I gotta run the cord down and tidy it up because I had it across the room. I was using it for the last few weeks. But now that my air conditioner is gone, I'm gonna be here, but I having it here. So yeah. So this thing is a beast. Let's straighten out this cord. Yep. I guess it's dead today. 24 minutes and nobody even haven't come to my chat. Wow. Well, I'll leave it on. I can just you guys can watch me fiddle around with the radios. Okay. That's cool. Just smash a like if you can at least. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at what the beast radio did to me. All right, it's worked up a sweat. Let me put this thing up for now.
Leave him alone, man. He ain't to be messed with right now, but like, big man down south, big on down. You ain't nothing but a lunatic. You ain't nothing but a lunatic, my brother. God bless you, God keep you. Before 13, don't get you started. I'm like, what? Where do we read a voice? Woody Woodpecker in Florida. Dave the Big Blue House.
Woody Woodpecker.
I'm gonna sit back in the cut. I'm gonna sit down so those boys can stand up. I'm gonna sip on this smoothie some more. I got 11 days to go. Oh, Frank Lucas on the bottom side of Nassau Bombers. He in his 73 built beam under Darrell Thompson is gal.
Those Nassau Bombers. Isn't it Nassau, Bahamas? Nassau, Bahamas. Oh my God, I never heard of that.
I'm looking at Carolina. He said, don't take it out on him, take it out on somebody else. The big man down south and Big D looking your way, right up. I walk back in the radio to tell you about it. Bye, T-Bird. Frank Lucas is gone. Killer got down right there. Bye, Ninja T-Bird. You gotta watch your one antenna. Watch one antenna. Oh, Junior, clear. He tried. He had somebody hold his hand. Hey, Frank Killer, you know what Killer said? He tried earlier, but I know what was going on. Pretty later, Frank Killer. Frank Killer. Good Lord. You gotta watch you. You ain't watching him. You gotta watch. He gotta watch you. You sound like you're a big boy in that area. You're a big boy. You're like me. I ain't mind no scratching. I ain't mind no behind me. I'm just saying, I'm looking forward to that fight.
All right, enough of that. Enough of that rambling stuff. Let me scan the demands here. Let me see. I'll leave it on the airband. Make sure I got my Discord connected here. Switch. Number one, what? Off. 1, 2. There you go. Alrighty. Yep. Turn this speaker out. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I forgot which speaker was on. Hey, what's up, Captain Kent? Captain Kent, I was listening to some hams from Hawaii this morning. Seems like propagation is good. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I was on 80 meters. Okay, oh, wow, cool. Yep. Yeah, propagation is good today. I just put on CV and I'm like, wow, coming in good. Pretty cool. I know, pretty good propagation, man. In my case, I have to wait till I get my tuner for my Yesu because I don't want to yeah, days are getting shorter. Yeah, because with my Yesu, I need to buy the let me load the airband. I'm just scanning the airband right now. Yeah, because I got everything set up for the Yesu, but I need to get the tuner. And plus, I'm going to throw up the wire in a few days. So my end fed, let me bring down the end fed. So my end fed is right here. Yeah, won't knock anything over. So this is the one I'm gonna set up outside with the tree. It's about 82 feet of wire. It's a 9-to-1 on-in. Maybe those leaves are falling in the yard and it's time to, yeah, because what happens is that I have a lot of foliage back there. So during the summer, if I want to look up, the branches are hidden. There's so much leaves. Now it's gotten to the point where I can see clear. I can see the branches that I want to hit now. So now it's good. Even though there's still leaves up there, there's still a lot of leaves on the trees. No, this one is just gonna be like I'm gonna try to do let me see, hopefully I could do some kind of inverted L or sloper, some kind of sloper with this one. Then the other one I'm gonna do is gonna be for loop, like but not in those trees. It's gonna be that one is the pine tree. It's a small shorter tree, and I want to do a Cas loop on that one. That's gonna be for medium wave only. But this one is gonna be for shortwave, and of course, to transmit. I mean shortwave, of course. For listening, but also I'm gonna use this one to transmit. Yeah, I'm gonna try this one first. Eventually I may do some kind of dipole, but let me wait and see how this one does. Because I tried this one a long time ago. Of course, that was before I got my license. But to receive it was pretty good. It's just that way I had it. I think it would be better when it's on the tree and then coming down. Kind of keep it away from the houses. Keep it away from the house as far as I can. Because I think that was the other thing, was the noise from the house. Yeah, okay. Now, round big antenna is the two V's together. That's why it is the ARRL logo. It is a good design. No, I know. Inverted V is a good design. Because I want to see what I can. I may do it with this one. I may try it, but I might do that. I can do that because there's one big branch. Because there's one branch I'm eyeing on. It's about I want to say 30 plus feet up. It's a big branch, and if I put this one over, the way I figured, it could be like an inverted B. I could probably do that, but I want to see. I want to see which one I can. Because hey, Tom, how's it going? And yeah, good to see you. Thank you, and good to see you too. No, I haven't seen drone. I haven't seen a video of that drone carrying the antenna to the tree. That's pretty cool, actually. I don't have it. Well, I have a drone, but it was a drone that my wife had picked up. It was a gift from her job, I guess. It's a nice GPS drone. It's just over here. It's horrible. Because the problem with this GPS drone, the ground has to be level. And where I live, the backyard is not level, and I have trouble. I was trying to fly the thing. I couldn't. I gave up on it. It was, I had an older drone that was not GPS. And that one, I flew a couple of times with it. It was good. But then I lost it. My wife, and it was a long story. My wife was egging me on about it. Well, why don't you fly higher and all that? So I flew higher, and the wind took it right over the trees, and I lost it. But it was a cheap drone, though. It was like a $28 drone. But it was good because it had the camera on it. And I made a video on it. I made one video on it. Yeah. I made one video on it to show the roof, and I have that one on another channel, the video. And I should re-upload it here, but I don't have that drone anymore. I like that drone. It was a fun drone because I just started learning the drone. And anyway, forget it. I don't want to get in trouble with her because basically she was egging me on. Oh, why don't you fly higher? Are you scared to fly high? I'm like, no, I don't want to lose the drone. I told her, I just started learning how to fly it. I don't want to push it to the point where I have no control over it and I lose it. And that's what happened. That's what she did. She egged me on, and then the drone, it was a slight wind. And that drone is not a GPS drone. It's a cheap one. It don't even have the home button. You know how like this GPS one has a home button. If you press the home button, it comes back. This one had nothing. So the wind took it, and all of a sudden it whoosh right over these trees, and they're like 60 feet high. And there's a whole bunch of trees back there. They go up on a hill. I lost it. That's it. That thing kept flying. And it finally ran out of battery, and it probably crashed all the way on the other side. I'm not going to go up there chasing it. Forget it. I went up there. I went halfway up the hill, and I was saying, you know what? I'm done. And she just, I just told her. I said, this is what happens when you egg me on. Like, really like saying dumb things. I'm sorry. Now I'm going to get in trouble. Because she's like, well, you scared? You don't want to fly high? I'm like, no. I just learned how to fly the drone. Like, I'm trying to learn how to, maneuver it. And I'm going up higher little by little. I'm going up higher. Yeah, she owed me one, but she got me one. She got me this GPS one. It's a Sky Tracker. It's right here. I'm looking at the box. Sky Tracker is a GPS one. It seems to be a nice one, but then I can't fly that one. It's unflyable in my backyard. I can't do it. That one I think is good when I take it to an open field. Then I can fly that one. But not here. Not back here. I can't do it. I tried it. Trust me, I tried it. I was ready to smash it. I was going to take a sledgehammer literally and smash that drone. Film it and say, don't ever buy this drone again. Please, people, avoid this drone. So anyway, I'm just going to buy another one like the one I had before. I'm going to learn that one well and then gradually go to the next one. Because I'm not going to buy no, what is it, DJI, whatever the hell it's called. I've seen videos on that thing going like to 10,000 feet. I ain't ready for that type of stuff. I'm sorry. I'm just, especially here, it's like, because my yard is not a big yard. Yeah, that too. It has to be, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I probably what the guy using was a DJI Mavic, whatever the hell it's called. It's probably like a $500 drone or whatnot. Who knows what it costs? But not, So anyway, let me put this infant over here somewhere. What's up, Bobby? How's it going? Yeah, so. But anyway, I'm not gonna do that anyway. I'm not flying no drone up there. I got my slingshot. I'm gonna throw a fishing line up there first. Then I'm gonna fish the wire up there. That's all I'm gonna do. I'm not using no drone anyway. But yeah. Anyway, I'll check out the video. Let me click on that's the video, I guess. Let me go click on it and see. Okay, that's what happens. I can't click on that link because it's telling me it wants me to leave this page, and I'm not doing it. If I leave this page, the streak ends. So let me open in a new tab. Yeah, okay, that's better. Okay, because my God, what is going on? Now it says, oops, something went wrong. Okay, so I can't open that link. I'm not gonna try to open that link right now. I don't know what's going on. I mean, let's copy. Yeah, forget it. I'm not gonna try to open it because it's giving me the pop-up thing that says that. Would you like to leave this page? I'm going, no, I don't want to leave. If I leave this page, the stream is over, basically. So no. Okay. No, I will. I'm gonna do a video on that. I'm gonna have a tripod outside with my camera, and I'm gonna, you're gonna see me fumble around trying to with a slingshot. Watch, it's gonna be. I'm gonna look like a doofus. I'm gonna look like a doofus with a slingshot out there trying to fling a piece of string up there, whatever the hell, fishing line. Not a fishing line. When I say fishing, I'm talking about like not literally a fishing line. It's something else. It's like a kind of a rope that they use. And then I'm gonna tie up the paracord. Then the paracord is gonna get fished up. Then I'm gonna do the end fed, get it up there, because I'm trying to, like, I don't want the, and I don't know, maybe you guys know about this. I don't want this touching the branch. It has to be at a point where this cannot be rubbing against the branch. Any part of this wire, because one, I think I've read in a bunch of places that because of water, like if the branch gets wet, and this, even though it's insulated, and so I have to be careful with that too. So I have to figure out how to, if I'm gonna do, like, I think it's gonna be a sloper first. I'm gonna keep it simple first, and if I'm gonna do something like an inverted V, then I need to throw something up there where it's like maybe like a hanging, like a dog bone, what they call that, dog bone insulator, and then have the wire ready there running through. I'll figure something out, because there's one big branch that's long, that's wide, thick enough, long enough where I can do that. I can do an inverted V or something like that. But right now I'm not aiming for that. Right now I'm gonna try to see what I can. I gotta see what I can do first, because I'm shooting a slingshot. I don't remember the last time I used a slingshot. I must have been a child. And this slingshot doesn't look like it's for kids. Okay, I have it right here. This slingshot doesn't look like it's for kids. So I got glass beads. I'm gonna practice first. I'm gonna practice first before of course, wear safety eyewear and all that, because it says it right here. Yes. Let me put it in the camera. This is the proper way. This is not the proper way. If I didn't see this, I probably would have done this. Boom. So yeah, so I have to be careful. So when I was in Florida, I picked this up because, of course, like everything else in New York, not that this is illegal. It's not illegal. It's just that, it's not, I had to go to a Walmart way up there to even get something like this. It's ridiculous. It's like, New York, I guess they, well, of course, yeah. Well, but yeah. So I'm gonna, practice with the glass beads first for accuracy. Okay, I want to go between this branch and this branch, like the fork. I want to get it there. Okay, let me practice, and then I'll do the real McCoy. And I'll have the camera rolling while I'm doing that, and see how many times I fumble around. I can put it lower and use it. I have scaffold that I can go up to about 12 feet, 15 feet with a scaffold. But I don't want to do that. I want to launch it up there. I want to get up there. I want to get at least I want to get at least 35, 40 feet up. At least higher than this house. And then either I could do from there, I could do a couple of, I could run it either from, like, slope it all the way down to my house. Like that, from that end, slope it down to my house. Or, something else. And that's what I want to do. I didn't want to do it before because that tree is not in my property. That's the other thing. That tree is in the other side of my fence. But that's city of Yonkers. All that whole back thing, all those trees, that's all the city of Yonkers. It's not anybody's residence. It's the city of Yonkers. I didn't want to do it before because I'm gonna tell you why. Because I have neighbors. Not that they snitch on each other, but they do. I know that I don't want them to snitch on me that I'm doing something with that tree, and so that's why when I do it, I have to be incognito. I have to be incognito about it too. So I have to be, stealth. You know how Jill's got his sloper? He got it all the way to the other person's thing. Incognito type thing. That's what I got to do. I got to be incognito. Go beyond my property into the city property. Actually, I wanted to do something else, but that's gonna be more daring. Originally, I wanted to do like some kind of beverage. Yeah, in the dark at night. Originally, I wanted to do a beverage antenna, like going up that hill, like maybe 200 meters. Seriously, like a 200, yeah, like a 200-meter wire. So what's that? Like 500 feet, 600 feet. I wanted to do something crazy like that, maybe like a 3 or 4, maybe 300, 400, 300 or 400 feet. I wanted to do something like that, like going up the hill, going all the way up that hill. But the problem is that there's kids that go back there. They like to, how kids go in the woods and all that. So there's people that go back there, and I don't want them messing with it, or they trip on it or something, or again I get snitched out. Somebody will call the police. Oh yeah, there's a wire here. We don't know what it is for, and it might be for a bomb or something, a booby trap. And then you know what I'm saying. Then I get in trouble. So I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to take that chance. Because it's all back. You see videos of my back. When I do when you see the back of them, there's a bunch of trees there, and it goes all the way up a hill, and all that is untapped, man. You know how much somebody told me that if I had all those trees, I would throw so many wire antennas up there. I'm like, yeah, but this thing is that's the city stuff. That's the city owns all that crap. It's rarely that people go back there, but it's enough that somebody can find it, and then so I got to put it either really, really high. It is tempting. It is tempting, Ken. I had to put it either really, really high and close to my house where they won't notice it. Kent, I have a green belt behind me too, and I'm always thinking about it. Oh, okay, yeah. So I'm gonna try this one near my house first and see how that one goes, and then I'll see if I can do that because I really want to do that one, that long, like going up the hill. So what I'll probably do is it's not gonna be it's not gonna be a beverage because it's not gonna be low in the ground, but I'm just a long. Just a long wire, but it's not gonna. The problem is it's got to be high enough where if they have to walk underneath it, and so it's not. Technically, it won't be a beverage. It's just a long wire. A ridiculously long wire. That's it. Well, technically, and then on the other end, I would terminate it. Of course, make it, like a 1K ohm resistor or something, and then see what happens. Just like experiment, see what happens. I don't know. I was dying to do that, and I at least try once. Yeah, it's easier for you, so you got to climb up that hill. I don't know about you, but I'm lugging some weight now. It's like mountain climbing. I've been up that hill. I walked all the way up that hill. When you get to the top of that hill, my house, I'm looking down on my house. Okay? One wrong move, I'm gonna be rolling down that hill. And it almost happened. I almost fell off that hill. Yeah, it is funny. It's too funny for it to happen. Because I went up there when I was chasing my drone. But I've been up there a few times before that. No, I don't want to risk him. No. He's still too little for that. He's 7 years old. He's too little for that. No, I can do it, but I have to, right now I just want to do this one here, close by, because that one I need. That one I really could use that one. And then if I want to venture out, and yeah, I'll try that. But plus, I don't have that wire now. I don't have 300 or 400 feet of wire that I could just easily. I don't have that. So yeah, of course, keep him. Yeah, I know he just egging me on. That's why he just egging me on. Yeah, it would be a nice video. It would be a great video, you know. But he's egging me on. Yeah, for sure. But I want to do this one first, and then because I was wanted to do. I look at it and I'm like, man, what if I would run a wire all the way up that hill? And I wonder how what would that be like? For medium wave or for whatever. But I'm telling you, because yeah, go for it. Yeah, it's easy for you to say. And then the welding shop right here, there's a couple of workers that always walk behind my yard. On the other side, there's a dirt path back there, and they walk over there. So I have to keep it where they don't see it. Yeah. If you get it to work, I'm gonna have to do a VR and set one up behind my house. Oh, okay. No, I'm gonna try this one first with this tree. I'm gonna do this one because at first for years I didn't want to do it because it's city property, but it's a long story. After so many complaints, because there was a tree next to that one that was dead and it was falling apart, like branches were coming down, and big branches were falling in my backyard, like big branches. Like if any branch would have hit me, it would have killed me. Literally, big, like 40 pound, 50 pound. But it was a dead tree, and I kept calling the city. I said, "You guys need to cut this down because it's gonna fall. It's gonna fall on the power line, or it's gonna fall on my house, or it's gonna fall in the street and kill somebody." And finally, after a few complaints, they finally cut the tree. It was a dead tree. The tree was dead. The bark was falling off of it, everything. And finally, they came and they chopped it down. So the tree that's standing on that side is the one next to it, and it's a big tree. So that tree got to be over 100 years old. It's huge. It has to be at least no. At least, that tree has to be at least 60 feet tall, 60, 70 feet tall, and it has a lot of branches, big branches all over the place. So it's like a discombobulated. One branch is like this way, and so when we have windstorm, I watch that tree shake, and it's scary. Yeah, I know. I don't want to get fined or anything. Exactly. No, but I think when I do this one, it's fine. It's not gonna. They're not gonna. You know. And I want to do it to a point where I could, if I need to take it down, I just chop because I'm gonna have it. I'm gonna have it. I'm gonna do it with the spring. I'm gonna have a spring on it, like a spring loading. So because when this tree moves a lot, so I have to give it a lot of slack, and I'm gonna use a spring. So it could I have to take that into account too. Because this tree really moves. So that was that's why I was reluctant at first because um that tree really a good windstorm it really moves around. So yeah, no, I seen I done my research. I seen videos on it how people they factor in all that. No, I'm gonna have to. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a couple of videos first. Like I'm gonna do one. Well, I'm gonna just give you a tour. I'm gonna give you a tour of what I'm dealing with, what I want to accomplish. I'm gonna show you the spot where I want to, and then I'm gonna show you, and then the next video will be I'll start trying to do that. I have to do like a tour first, like maybe I show you what my challenge is, what my yeah, I'm gonna make it like a little not a series, but yeah, you could call it that, like a 2 or 3 videos, and then finally, implementing what I'm because I bought that slingshot when I went to Florida in the summertime. So I've been planning this for a while. This is before I even got the tech, before I even took the test, I was already saying, no, when I get my license, that's going to be my transmit antenna. So I said, no, what better way than to throw up a wire up there and, because eventually I want to be sitting out there because eventually I want to sit out there with this radio and do contacts out there. You sit in the table, have a table out there, connect it to that wire, and just, do contacts. So that's going to be my main, and then maybe later on I'll do a second one, depends. Because like I said, the other thing is, I get along with my neighbors. It's just that I don't trust them. I don't trust them when it comes to something. No, I don't. And they know that. They know that I know stuff on them. I know stuff about them. Like, like this guy is a contractor, but I noticed he dumps stuff in his yard and then he keeps it there. He's too, he doesn't like to pay for a dumpster. What do you call that? Stingy. And I told him many times, I told him, you're next to my house and you're putting all that garbage there. And I told him I told him over there, I'm gonna call the health department on you if you don't move your, why. And he finally had to do it. He had to, because I got neighbors like that. Like they think they try to get over. They try to get over and stuff like that. I tell them, no, I'm not that neighbor. I like to keep this area clean, and I'm involved around here. I go out there, clean the sidewalk. I do all these things, and yeah. No, but I could do that. I could give you the tour during the day. The tour, I could walk around that during the day. I don't care. No, I'm not gonna do it in the night. I'm not gonna do it in the night. It's just that when I do the slingshot, I'll do it during the day, but I'll do it like I could do it like early in the morning when there's nobody out there, or on the weekend, when there's nobody out there, everybody's sleeping late, whatever. I'm not worried about all that. I'm not worried about that. I'm more worried about once it's up. How if they're gonna see a blue wire, because this one is a blue wire. See, this one is blue. This wire is blue. How is that gonna look? But I'm not worried about it. Oh my God. Sound machine. I hit the sound machine by mistake. I think it was this one. Which one was it? Oh, it was this one. Yeah, so I'm gonna install a spring. So yeah, I'm gonna do it like that. I'm gonna have it with a spring. So I gotta get the spring. I'm probably gonna buy the spring and big, nice spring that it's gonna withstand the. I've seen a lot of videos on it. I done my research. I saw a lot of videos. I like I said, the guy when he did it with the spring, that was a good idea too. He did one with a spring. So that way, and his lasted for like 5 years up there. Because when you throw this up, that's another thing. That's a misconception. People think that when you throw this up, it's gonna last forever. Nope. I got a lot of squirrels. So I heard this is the first thing that goes. If they start running up and down on this, squirrels, it'll eat away at this insulation. So, because that's what the guy. There's one guy that he had a couple of them. He had a few of them, and he was like the do's and don'ts about hanging a wire antenna on a tree, and then he named it. He did all this. He had a checklist. So one of them was number one thing was squirrels. They like to travel on these things, and they'll eat away at this stuff. Not eat at it, but just the traffic. Even the birds, the traffic, over time it'll eat away. All you need is one section of this thing to be compromised, and you lose the antenna. It won't be the same. So there was some tips about it. Somebody said to put They said to put like some kind of grease. I forgot what kind of grease. Some people said to put, this, so they don't. It bothers them. They don't like that. Somebody suggested to put pepper. Pepper, like cayenne pepper, because at the ends, like this end, like on this end and on the other end, at least on one end, actually on both ends, I think it was, to put pepper because squirrels hate pepper. They hate it. They don't like any type of pepper. So and they sell sprays for that. It's a spray. So I'm gonna do all those things. Yeah, I want to do all those things. But the guy, I'm gonna find his video. I'm gonna see if I can find his video. Maybe put it maybe I find it and put it on the description or something when I find it. And yeah, he had one he had it set up there for 5 years the last time. That's what when I put this up, it should. I'll be happy if it lasts for 2-3 years, because I got a lot of squirrels here, a lot. I mean, a bunch. So if I could get 3 years from that antenna, that would be nice. And then by then I'll have a new antenna and I'll be ready to put that one up and replace that one, and that's it. But yeah, he did his research because he went through that. He said, because one antenna he showed it. It was like the wire and like in the middle, it cracked because I guess I forgot what it was. And it got compromised. Once the water gets in there, it gets compromised. That's it. It's not resonant and it starts losing, you start getting noise and all that. How much did the wiring cost? What? No, I bought this MFET. I bought this. I bought this on eBay. It's from a ham. I had this for like 4.5 years now. 5 years. I think I paid like $50 something for this. Around $60. Well, not this. I just put this here. This and that. And this one is 9-to-1 onion inside. It's an end fed. Yeah, it was around 59. I think it was like $59 or something. You can transmit up to 200 watts. 200 watts. And it's from of course, covers the whole shortwave band. 160 meter all the way up to 160 meter, yeah, up to was it I'm trying to remember what was the top of the band. Was it 30 megahertz? I think it was slightly above that. No, 30 megahertz. So basically 160 meter all the way up to 30 megahertz. Yeah. So shortwave band. And when I had it up before. When I had it on a pole by the chimney, and I sloped it down to the other side of the yard, to all the way to the corner. And it was a good receiving antenna. It was good. But then once I bought the loops, I kind of took that one down. And because I knew I was going to reuse it one day for something. So I took it down and I said, what, I want to keep it. I want to reuse it for something. So now is the time I'm going to reuse it. Because it was long wire going down the I have videos on it early, way back when. And it did good. It was good. It was really, really good antenna. It was a real good receive antenna. Especially for shortwave, it was really good. Even on medium wave, it was good. And yeah, so I'm gonna, we're gonna repurpose it and use it for that. So I didn't build that one. I bought it. I just bought it like and yeah, they have them on eBay, $50. Then I have these balance that I may do a dipole with it. I have a few balance right here. Let me bring them down. I have a few balance, like this one. Like this one. Let me see. Let's focus in there. There you go. Hello, Dwayne Trevor. How's it going? So I have this one. All right. I think I paid $23 for this one. So that's one balance I have. This is a 1-to-1. 1-to-1 balance. 1.8 up to 50 megahertz. Up to 500 watts. I don't know about that, but not that I'm, but there you go. CWSSB. They put all this stuff on there, but you buy these on eBay. Yeah, was it eBay? Yeah, it was like $23. I forgot what it was. This is the same one, so I had two of these. And then this one is let me put that one there. It's all Chinese made. Focus it there. Okay, you want to focus? Anytime now? You want to focus? Oh my God! Come on, bro. Come on, man. Now you don't want to focus? I think my hand is shaking so much. I think that's why it doesn't want to focus. Oh my God, this is ridiculous. Are you serious? Jesus Christ. Come on, man. I gotta hide my face. Come on. Focus. All right, I give up. Let me try this one. Quick. No, I don't know why it doesn't want to focus. Anyway, this is a 4-to-1 balance. Maybe if I do it from here. Anyway, it's a 4-to-1 balance. See, much more realistic. 150 watt. 4-to-1 balance. Frequency 1 megahertz up to 54 megahertz. So that's this one. And then that was a what? 4-to-1 balance. 9-to-1 balance. I don't want to focus. Okay, I'm just going to put it like right here. Maybe we can focus right here. Okay, this is horrible. There you go. Oh, I had it. All right, I'm done. I can't with this camera right now. And then these are about the same, $25. And they're waterproof. They got they're all with the PVC. So I have a few. I can do dipoles, inverted V, things like that. So other than that, I have a few. I'm good to go. I'm good to go. Let me just leave them here. Because I used this one when I did the loop. Not the 1-to-1. When I made the copper loop a long time ago, I used this. This is the balance for it. Yeah, I know. Radio Prepper has tutorial how to make it. He makes them. I know. That's what convinced me to buy that this one, because I was thinking about making it, but no, I know, but you know what? Okay, here's the thing. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna tell you why I didn't make it. $59. I got a nice plastic box. Do the math. I could make it. But why am I gonna spend? I'm gonna spend money on this wire. You know how much a wire loan is gonna cost me if I buy this wire? Do the math. If I wanted to buy this, right? Here, make it. How much is the wire loan? Number one. How much is the box? the connector, the onion, inside the onion, the wiring for the onion. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna add up. It's not gonna be $50. That's why I bought it. I looked. I saw it on eBay. I said, "Oh wow!" He said a 9-to-1 onion with this much wire, 50, what it was, like $59. I said, boom! I bought it. So there you go. Yeah, I could make one. Of course, I could make one. But you know, why am I gonna make one? Spend all that money in because I made it myself. You know what I'm saying? Just buy it. Buy it. That's it. Because he probably got a good deal on all this. He probably got mass. He got probably a whole bunch of boxes at home. He probably got, you know, he makes them all the time. Yeah, I could make it, but you know, he shrank. He shrank. Look at that. Look at this. This quality build. This is not no cheap build. They put good work on this. Nice box, everything. I mean, right now it's all yellowy because it's been outside for a couple of years, but it's durable. This is a durable box. So then when he did, you know, I got a good, like you said, I got a good deal. I got a good deal. That's what I look for, you know. Same thing with these, you know. Yeah, I can make this, but oh yeah, no, I need to get a tuner. I need to get a tuner for this radio first. For the Ace, I don't have one. I need to get one for that. Because that doesn't come with no built-in tuner, sorry. Now, of course, when I get the later on, when I get the 7300 or the other one, then well, that comes with, I think they come with a built-in, or I have to go out and invest in a good tuner for that. But right now, I need one for this one. That's another reason why I don't want to use it now. I'm not going to use it until I get a tuner. And plus, I want to throw this wire up. But yeah, I would like to get a tuner for that. And I already have one in mind for this one. It's a small one that comes with it. It's a portable one. It actually runs on batteries. And because, you know, it's low power. And so, but like these, $25. But again, you know, I can build this, but it's going to cost me more. So I just buy it. You know, buy it. It's okay. Because I looked into building them, but I saw the cost of the materials. I was like, okay, the toroid is going to cost me this much. You know, especially on eBay. And then hopefully they don't damage the toroid, toroid, whatever it's called, toroid, when they ship it. You know, same thing with this antenna. You know, the guy that built this, you know, this for medium wave. You know, inside there's a ferrite, right? But I will have to get the PVC for this little box, this little capacitor. Yeah, I've done a couple of shack. Well, I haven't done really one. All. I will do that soon, but not right now. It's a mess. You know? And he put this together. Although right now he's no longer selling it because he's no longer here. He passed away. The guy that made this, he passed away. So they sold out. I think my Radio DX bought the last one. He bought the last one, I remember. It was a few weeks ago. You know, because sometimes, yeah, I want to build them, but you know, if somebody's selling them, you know, I like support. I don't mind supporting another hand that builds that. You know, I don't mind that. You know, I don't mind that. You know, like I had to look into costs. You know, I don't want to spend like to build that. I could have built that NFET, but it would have cost me a lot more money. Yeah, I probably would have set me back about $100 total. Because I wouldn't have done it with this wire. Like this wire is, you know, well, it's good wire actually. It is good wire. Let me see. I could have right here, but this is stranded inside, stranded wire. I would have done solid copper wire. You know, I would have done, but that would have cost more money because I would have had to buy that wire, And plus, solid is more rigid. I guess why he went with the stranded, because it's not rigid. I just got to think for, I'm going to do something long and slope. I want to use solid copper wire. It's just a preference, but it doesn't matter. But I would have done it like that. I would have, the box is good, Well, yeah, you know what? You got a point there. It is for flexibility, yeah. For strength, yeah, I guess too. Because one, I don't know, but yeah, things like that. But I got a good deal. I'm not gonna, I got a good deal. So, and then if I'm gonna get another one, I'm gonna look for his. I have to find his what do you call it? His eBay account, if he's still selling them, because I bought this like 5 years ago. So I don't even know if he's selling them, but there's other people that are selling them. I seen a whole bunch of different sellers in there that they sell it. You know, I know they got some out there with I see people buy like the what you call it? It's different. Like they got the name behind it, like from DX Engineering. It's the same thing as this, and it's like 3 times the price of this. Well, not 3 times, maybe twice the price of this. And I'm like, okay. I mean, I just buy it on eBay, and even though it says 200 watts, I'm not gonna transmit at 200 watts on that thing. When I do transmit, it's not gonna be 200 watts. Because the radio, what the Yaesu that Jules has, he can only go up to 100 watts on it. So, I'm not gonna be nowhere near that. So. Yes, I'm definitely gonna do that soon, because I was out there this morning. I was looking at I was looking up at the tree, and I see it now. I can see the cleared. Well, there's leaves up there, but they're all yellow now. They're ready to come down. Because it's been raining the last few days here, so that helps. When it rains, it brings down more of the leaves. So I think I'm one more rainstorm away from. But I already got clear sight now what I want to do. I just got to get the stuff together, and I even bought a bag of It's not here. Like the little fishing weights. So that's what I'm gonna use to fire on my slingshot. It's a little. They're lead. Yeah, little made out of lead. I'm not a fisherman, so I don't know nothing about this stuff. I never went fishing in my life, and I'll tell you that right now. In my life, I never went fishing, so I don't know the terminology of this. So don't beat me up on this. It's the little weights for the fish. When you throw the I guess when you throw the, what is it, cast? I have somewhere around there. Anyway, I bought a. Yeah, disclaimer. Exactly. Yeah. I'm not a fisherman, so don't attack me. So anyway, I bought a bag of those. It's a small little. So I'm going to use that. I'm going to tie the little, the when I say string, I'm not talking about no piece of POS string. And I'm going to use that to fire. That's going to be my projectile to fire over the tree, to fire over the branch. It's a decent size, about. It weighs a decent size. So I already got a plan down. Let me show you the pellets. Let me see. What's it? So I'm going to practice with this first. Yeah, I'm going to practice with this first. This is just glass ammo. I'm going to practice, see, my accuracy. And then I'm going to use that, before the wire. I'm going to, I have it somewhere. It's in a bag. Because I bought this, I bought that fishing thing. It's like it's there. I thought it was around here somewhere. So that fishing thing, I'm gonna tie. I have different lines, and then that's what I'm gonna fire. Because that thing weighs, and then when that thing drops to the other side, then I'm gonna start taking everything up there. Paracord, I have a bundle around here. I had it around here somewhere. I bought 50 feet of paracord. Yeah, I'm gonna practice. I have right there. I have I use that for when I restrung my this radio. They recommended 15-pound. What's it called? What's the terminology for this thing? I think anyways, it's fishing line, but it's rated up to 15 pounds. So it looks like a rope. It's green. It looks like. I'll show. Let me put it. I know somebody that said, "Well, that's too thin." This is strong. It's strong. This thing is very strong. It's strong. I can't break this. You can't break this. So I'm gonna fire this up there, or I'm gonna buy another one that's a little. I'm gonna fire this up there. Which one? No, that's not a helicopter. So I use this when I restrung that radio because that's what they recommended in the forum. I saw it. So that's what I fixed it because the string, when I was tuning it broke on me, and I used this one. So that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to use this first. And then, the thing is, it's green and it's going to be hard to see, but, but I have other ones. And then I'm going to tie this. And once this is up there, I'm going to tie this end to the paracord. I'm going to move that paracord up there. Then I got to do the insulation. And then finally the wire. And then the other end of the paracord near the I'm not gonna do a spike because that could pop out. I'm gonna secure it against my fence. The other side of my fence, I'm gonna secure it and I'm gonna put a spring. Yeah. So I gotta buy the spring. That's the next thing I have to pick up. I have to get the spring soon. But even if I put it up for now, I just won't use the spring. I'll wait till I'll tie it up directly into the fence and then, but I'll give it enough slack. So but I definitely want to put the spring because I want it to yeah, I know that too. I have to do it when it's not windy, of course. Willie Aguilera. Yeah, that's another thing. Well, there's getting few and far between right now because it's been windy all these days. But yeah, well, that too. I mean, it's all new to me. It's an adventure. It's an adventure. It's like the old Navy commercial. It's not a job. It's an adventure. So yeah. And I'm gonna do that here because we're here for of course we were looking for property eventually somewhere else. We were close to getting a couple of them. There was one property that if we would have got that property, I would have been doing live streaming upstate New York. It was 19 acres of land. 19 acres of land. It was an old shack. It was a rundown, but it was on a hill. 19 acres on a hill. And the deal fell through because one little thing I didn't like about that deal. We shared a driveway with a neighbor. I don't like to share anything with driveway or that causes conflict. because we had to share a driveway with a neighbor. And I said, nope, we're not buying this property. I didn't want to buy that piece of land because I'm not sharing no, because that is just gonna be issues. Especially the other property was a older person, and I'm not gonna be up there much, and I'm not gonna be paying somebody to snow plow up there when I'm not up there. No, screw that. So I didn't want to deal with that. Otherwise, we would have bought the property. I would have had that land up there, 19 acres. Was it? No, it was not. It was 25 acres. 25 acres of land, and it had so many. It was so many trees. When we were looking at the property, I was drooling. DX's dream. I was like, I'm gonna throw up a wire over here. I'm gonna do a beverage over here. There you go. You see. So I looked ahead. I told my wife. I said, "Honey, I know you. We want it. Because we were looking for a spot to get away, and it's beautiful. And up there, I could have rented that out for hunting. I could have rented that space for hunting. I could have said, you know what, you guys want to hunt? Go hunt. Because you're hunting. Oh my God, it was 25 acres, all nothing but woods. But the driveway was the deal breaker. I didn't want to share the driveway with a neighbor. I didn't want to do that. I said no. It was going to be future conflict with that. It was going to be a headache. Yep. And I was reluctant because it was a good price. The guy was trying to get rid of it. But I looked ahead. I said, no, I don't want to deal with this neighbor. And then they were right there. There's driveways right here. My house would have been right here. I could see them. I don't want to see my neighbors. I'm sorry. I don't want to. If I'm going that far, I don't want to see you. So they were right there. And they, the way they, I got that vibe. It was like, okay, I was reluctant. I said, damn, man, it's a good deal, man. But then the shared driveway. I mean, eventually I would have just built a new driveway further down, and I would have said, you know what, but it would have cost a lot of money because I kind of did a survey of myself, what I would have had to. I would have had to get somebody. I would have had to, backhoe, get permits. It would have cost a lot of money. It would have been a lot of money. So, I didn't. But I wanted that property so bad because of it was about a couple of miles away from the town. So it was quiet enough. It was not in the town. It was about a couple of miles away. But that neighbor did it. I was like, I'm not sharing my driveway with these people. I don't know who these people are. I don't know how they're gonna be in the future. I don't know if they're gonna be a bunch of what. And then like I said, we're living down here. I was just gonna go up there, get away for a few days. Like, for first few years, we would have been going back and forth. And then when my wife is ready to retire and all that, then I would have been, fixing up the homestead more and expanding, whatever. Chop down more trees, But that's a multi-year project I would have been doing. I would have been doing videos over there, videos over here, videos over there, But that shared driveway was the killer. It was a killer. Because I thought about the snow. I said, what about when they get snow? Because I asked them, I said, who removes the snow when if we're not here, who's supposed to? Oh, well, technically, you guys are supposed to remove the snow. I said, no, really? No. Hell no. No. Because if they remove it, they could say, okay, you know what? We've been removing the snow all this time. We're gonna hit them with the bill. And then, like Ken said, lawsuit. They would have sued me for the snow removal. Because I'm not there. I'm over here. Oh, we have to remove the snow because our job, because we need to go, and they're not doing anything. I said no. So that's what I'm saying. When you're looking for property, you gotta look at everything. Look ahead. And listen to that little voice in your head. You know, when I went to Florida, we looked at a bunch of property in Florida. There was this one house. It was a nice looking house. It had about an acre of land. I was like, oh, nice house. But then I looked at the neighborhood. I saw the neighbor next to me. I saw garbage all over around this house. I saw the other neighbor. It looked like run, you know. So this house, I guess, because they were selling it, they cleaned it up. But when I saw the neighborhood around me, I said, no, I'm not moving in this neighborhood. Even though it's quiet, it's away from. I'm gonna be around a bunch of slobs. No. I said, no, I can't move into a place like this. I can't, no. Yeah, the guy literally had garbage right in front of his house. The house looked like it hasn't been painted in a few years. And even though the house that we're looking at looks nice, it's fixed up. I was like, no, I can't live in, you know. Now, if every house was the same and if every house was clean, that says about the community. I would say, okay, all right, yeah, I can see. But when I saw the neighbor and they looked at, and then the way they looked at, I don't know, they didn't look welcoming. So I was like, you know what? I'm passing. I'm gonna pass. No. Yeah, exactly. Nobody wants lawsuits in the future. Yeah, my dad was in trouble with his neighbor and the tree roots on the shared road. Okay, yeah. Exactly. Take your time. He has a 5-acre avocado ranch. That's nice. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not no emergency. That's why I'm finally putting up the wires here because we was thinking about leaving. We was this close to leaving here, and I would have I would have just rented out the house. But this governor backed down with the stupid mandates, and because my wife took 2 shots already, but they wanted her to take boosters. No, 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 no. Hell no. You need to slow down, Governor Hoku. Slow down, chill out, because she's crazy. When you look at her eyes, she got crazy eyes. She's crazy. I'm sorry, she's crazy. Yeah, everybody needs to get a 3rd booster and a 4th booster. No, exactly. I'm not any better with just 2 alone. I'm okay. I don't need no more. Like I said before, I got an anaphylactic shock because I don't know, it could have been the shot. And thank God I don't have to. I still have to walk around with that EpiPen. Where is it? It's in the other room. Wow. I have to walk around with an EpiPen for the rest of my, why? Because I don't know if that. Yeah, exactly. This is America still, right? Yeah. Yeah, so my wife and I, we were looking to Florida because, you know, because she had took the 1st shot, then they were mandating the 2nd shot. Okay. Then they were saying, if you don't do it by this day, you're going to lose your job. That's it. So she looked to Florida. She had a couple of offers right away. Healthcare. Come to Florida. Hey, we'll pay you. We'll pay for your moving. Come. We was tempted. But then I don't know, at the last minute, she backed down. And now there's no mandate for. Yeah, I know, low pay. That's the thing, though. That's why we was. That's why we're finally. Yeah, because over here, even though they say they don't pay state tax, but it's still low. It's still low. Florida's good when you don't have to. I think Florida's good when you want to retire. When you don't want to work anymore and you want to retire, then it's good. Like when we're ready to retire, then we'll go. This house will be rented out. This house will be rented out. This house will be income. This house will be paid off by then, and this will be income, and then we could live in Florida and collect. I want to just collect, income and make, and invest in everything and all these things. Hey, what's up, Keegan? Hello, good afternoon. And Norfolk, Arkansas, 60 degrees. Okay, that's pretty cool. Over here, it's been in the 50s all day. Last night it went down to 38. So we went further up. It was below. Let me see. Frost. Well, 32. That's the freezing point, I guess. Further up, it was in the 30s. So we got. I know. I saw it this morning. It went down to 38 degrees. So you 26. Wow. Yeah. So it's already. It's cold weather's already here. It's getting here. Yeah. Oh, I thought I had it on. Okay, it's off. All right. Oh. I had the scanner with the airbag. No. Let me turn it off. Yeah. Yeah, so exactly. So, that's why we wound up, not moving to Florida. We were very close. It was very close. We already had plans and everything. We were doing, and then my son didn't want to go either. My son likes school over here. And he didn't want to start over there, which I don't blame him. So we thought about that. But finally, it came down to Governor, Crazy Eyes backed off because people are leaving. People are leaving the state. People are leaving the state because, they're crazy. They're too crazy with that. So, like this year, kids don't have to go to school with a mask. My son wears a mask because he wants to wear it. And I told him, I said, Sanjay, you don't have to wear the mask no more. He said, no, I want to wear it. I said, why? He said, he wears it for a couple of weeks. He wears it because of stink. Like when he walks down the street, sometimes stink. So I said, Sanjay, whenever you don't want to put it on, just put it down, take it off, whatever. He said, oh, yeah, I will. He's comfortable with it now. He wants to keep it on. So I don't talk him out of it. I said, okay, fine. And in his class, like 3 or 4 kids that still wear masks. They don't have to, but he wants to wear it. I said, okay. That's fine. That's my son. My son is he doesn't, because I told my wife, so the other kids don't wear. He said, I know, but he's not like other kids. And I said, yeah, I know, because he doesn't want to. He wants to keep wearing his mask. And that's a good thing, though. I see that in him. He doesn't, he doesn't want to be like, he doesn't care about playing with other kids and all that. Like I said, he's a very introverted kid. My son lately, the latest thing he's been doing lately is, I did that when I was a kid. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think he likes to be what is it? Like the ninja. There's a power of invisibility of where I think that's what it is with him. I think that appeals to him. Like you only can see his eyes. And my son has long hair. He's very, very long hair. My son is like, so I think that's what it is. Yeah. I think that's what it is. I think you hit, I thought about that and you hit it right on the head. So now I know we're connected. Yeah, I think that's what I think he wants to wear because he wants to be like you know. So my son has this thing lately that he likes to. He just watches YouTube videos on different alphabets. So he's learning how to write. He's learning how he wants to learn how to write in Russian. So he did the whole alphabet in Russian. Then he said, "Okay, Dad, what other alphabet?" And I said, "Okay, well." And he said, "Oh, I'm gonna try what it was, Japanese." Then he started writing in Japanese. And then he did what it was what was the other language? Sanskrit, which is Hindu. He started writing in Hindu. He got this thing about he wants to write in different languages. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm saying, you know. So he watches videos on that. He's on a computer with his mouse. He tries to write each letter, the whole alphabet, and he just there writes. I'm like, okay, wow. Out of all things, he just wants to. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, he reminds me a lot of me when I was little. He reminds me a lot. Except that back then we had books and he's on the computer and he looks up stuff and he's watching this stuff and I'm like, wow. Because I know there's parents out there that be like, oh, you should you should have a cyber block on the kid and he doesn't go to these sites. Oh, hello, Kathleen. Oh, Germany. I haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, I remember you in Jill's chat. Okay. Oh, good to see you. And welcome to my stream. Hello from Germany. Nice to see you. Yeah, so what I was saying, yeah, he likes to learn. He likes to learn all this stuff. He looks up stuff online to learn. His thing is he likes to watch a lot of the Frustrated Gamer. That's his channel now. He's called a Frustrated Gamer. The guy plays all these frustrating games. He's a funny guy. So he plays all these games from I think a lot of them come from Steam. And like I said, he plays that game Solar Smash. He learned all the planets. He's 7 years old. He knows every planet. He knows all the planets in the solar system. He knows things like like high school students don't know about astronomy. He knows where the Kuiper belt is at. He knows where what is it? What else? He knows about the black holes. He knows about he knows some of the moons in Jupiter, some of them in Saturn. He'll tell me, he say, oh, he knows like the major moons in Jupiter. He'll name them to me. He'll say Io, Ganymede. I didn't even know which one. I was like, oh yeah, I remember Io. I think Europa. They start blah, blah, blah. I'm like, where you learn this from? Oh, I play this game on my phone. It's called Solar Smash. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Because I was telling him about the Voyager 1 and the Voyager 2. And when the Voyager was launched, I was like 11 years old. 1977 it was launched. Right now the Voyager 1 and 2 are outer. They left the solar system already. They passed the what they call the heliosphere or something like that. It's like the edge of the solar system. Then they go into then they fly into interstellar space. So I told him, I was 11 years old when the Voyager took off, when they launched it. Yeah, and who knows? Yeah, who knows? Because that's what Elon Musk. They said about Elon Musk that the first man in Mars is already here. He's a kid right now. The first man that's going to go to Mars is alive now. He's a child. Whoever he is right now, he's a child. That's going to be the first man that's going to step in foot in Mars, according to Elon. And that person is already alive. Is a child. He's going to be the first person. He or she is going to be the first person. In about whatever 20 years from now or whatever it winds up being. Because it's not going to happen in 2-3 years. It's not going to happen. Is he human or cybernetic child? I don't know. Well, he talking about Elon, the one that he said he's gonna. Well, he said it's a that yeah. Is he human? Well, my son is he is very pretty much human. Caitlin Alb, sounds like a good idea to have games for kids about reality, not just. I know, and he doesn't play those games like Fortnite. No, he doesn't. Cause I know kids at his age, they're into that stuff. Like he's not into that. He likes to watch stuff like like he was into trains. He's still into. He was always into trains. Now he's into that, into solar system. Even though the game is kind of funny because he actually you're trying to modify the solar system. Like, what happens if we make all the planets the same size? What will happen to the gravitational pull of the solar system? So he does that. What happens if we make the Earth bigger than the sun? What would happen to the Earth? That game is like that. So you know, and you see what happens. So yeah, so he doesn't play games like that. He's not into those type of games like the other kids. He's not into fantasy type games, which is good. I mean, doesn't. And before that, he was into Sonic. He was into vintage gaming. He went through his Mario phase, Sonic phase, because he loved Sonic the Hedgehog. Then he loved Mario. Then what it was before that. Yeah, I think the only fantasy thing that he liked it was Nightmare Before Christmas. He liked it. That guy was his name, Jack Skellington. Like one year for his birthday, he wanted to dress up like Jack Skellington. So that was the theme for that particular. I think it was his fifth birthday, the fourth birthday. I think it was the fifth birthday. He dressed up as Jack Skellington. But yeah, he's not into that, and he's not into like some kids are into Disney, and he's not into that. Thank God. I don't like Disney. I hate Disney. I hate everything about Disney. I'm sorry. I just do. I was never into that. Yeah, same thing with me. I played Super Mario Brothers back in the 80s when it first came out. I used to play Super Mario Brothers. And at first I played Sonic. When I first had my Genesis, Sega Genesis. Of course, I have them now. I have them all over the place now. I have all these retro games now. So I have all of that. You know? Sometimes he'll play. He'll watch me play and he'll want to play. But when I do my live stream on the gaming channel, you know, I play and he watches me and he's like, he wants to play, but he's like afraid to ask. I said, no, you want to play? Come on, play. You know, the other day I was playing retro gaming. I was playing Street Fighter. So he was watching me and I was recording it. I'm playing it, but I'm running OBS on it. I'm playing it and I had to do it a couple of times because I lost. I got my ass handed to me because I haven't played that game in years. So I couldn't even do that. Hayuki, Hayuki, Hayuki. I was just getting beat up. I couldn't do the special moves. So finally I figured it out. I said, okay, yeah, okay, now. So I finally, made it to the end and I beat him barely. I beat the guy. And I barely finished the game, but I did it. So I was like, okay, now. Retro gaming is funny because when you play these games, I play for fun, And there's, like I said, there's games I haven't played in like 30 years, 30 plus years. So some games I'm rusty. I'm really rusty. So I get the comment, oh, you suck at this game. I say, yeah, bro, I haven't played 30 years. What do you want me to do? You know? Like I can't win at every game. I can't win at every game. So sometimes I really try to play. It's just that, my skills eroded. And some games I didn't play much at all. So they're like, man, you really suck at this game. People write comments and all that. I'm like, damn. Like, yeah. Yeah, we do. We play games together. But he doesn't play much because he doesn't even like to play with me. He likes to play his own. Like I don't know if he gets bored, but we play games together. We try. I try to play games because I have upstairs. I have an Xbox 360, and that one has a camera. You know the Connect, and that one we try to play like there's games like there's one that we have to compete not against each other, but we have to the Connect is the one that you could stand in front of the camera and you could do stuff, and then you're part of the game. So we've done that. We have fun. No, we try to have fun. We try to play. We try to play. And then over here, when I had the system over here and the other room with the big screen, we used to try to play like what it was, Mario Party, things like that. Those games that we play. Yeah. Now I know my wife is because I'm not into board games anymore. When I was a kid, I enjoyed it. So my wife was thinking about, saying, we should just buy a few board games so we could play together. I'm like, oh, that's and for me, it was boring. I'm bored with board games now. But you bring up a point, like yeah, maybe I should buy a couple of board games. And but my son he can't relate to board games because everything is on his phone, and you know, and that's another thing. Well, I don't have that around here. I don't have no neighbors around here. I always wanted that. When I moved here, that's the first thing I try to do is I try to extend my hand out to people and they. But I found out right away this one is this way. This one, I say, sucky neighbors. Unfortunately, that's what happened. You know, 'Cause I just moved from the Bronx, and I grew up there. So I knew, like the whole block knew me. But by the time I moved out the Bronx, the block changed so much. Everybody that lived there moved out. Like the older generation was gone. They passed away or they moved out. So I was one of the last. So I was one of the last of the old school that was still in that block, and I didn't recognize that block no more. It was already changing. So by the time I moved out of there, it was like I no longer could relate to that neighborhood. When I moved here, that's the first thing I did. I try to be very neighborly. Go out of my way, say hello, but I got right away. It's like, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm not dealing with this. I'm not dealing with this. No. Mm-mm. So I just, you know, because that's my impression. I'm leaving the city. Yonkers is supposed to be it's a suburb. It's a suburb of but unfortunately, it's not very suburban over here. It's pretty much like Yonkers is pretty much like New York City, except it's a little slower. It's a little slower here. That's all. But the same type of same type of people. Yeah. Yeah. Hello, Daniel Mark LeBlanc. I'm doing fine. How's it going for you? I'm doing okay. I'm just relaxing. I'm gonna be out for a bit longer, and then I'm gonna tomorrow. I don't know if I'm gonna be out tomorrow because like I said, I'm gonna after next week. I'm gonna be on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 4. I'm starting at 4 o'clock. Tuesday, Thursday. No more Wednesdays. This is my last Wednesday doing this. And after that, I don't know who's gonna want to do one on Wednesday. Not gonna be me. Yeah, we have a couple of them, but not in my block. Cause I'm on like the last house on a dead end street. Usually trick or treaters are down the block, and you know, yeah, we don't have much trick or treaters over here. It's different, and it's just the what is it? The sign of the times now. When I was a kid, I went trick or treating. I went through the whole block, the whole neighborhood, the whole block with my friends. We would go to every door, boom, boom, boom. We would come back with a big shopping bag full of stuff. These kids today, they don't do that. It's more cautious now. They usually go to the businesses, to the stores, and to relatives. That's it. So I don't get people knocking on my door trick or treating. Cause a few years we bought candy. I have a lot of candy. I said we just bought a whole bunch of candy. Well, that's mostly for the kids in his class. Like for Halloween or before whatever day before Halloween, we'll make a whole bunch of bags for the kids in the class for his class. He's gonna take that bag to his class, and the teacher will give them out to them. That's it. They'll have a little Halloween thing together, and that's it. But in terms of me taking my son out there trick or treating, I don't do that. He doesn't care for that anymore. He doesn't really doesn't. He has his Halloween thing in the school because they have a Halloween party in school. That's another thing. They're gonna have a Halloween party. I mean, Halloween parade in front of the school. They have a little Halloween parade. So, and that's the day they celebrate that, and then each class has their own little party. But yeah, we don't get that around here. The kids don't knock on my door anymore. Do that. Since I moved here, I think only a couple of times that happened, and that was a few years ago. But recently, no, we haven't had no kids knocking on the door, and it's kind of sad because things are different now. Like I said, when I was a kid, we went out. We didn't think about and of course my mother used to warn me like if somebody gives you like a fruit, don't I mean don't insult them and don't take it, but just don't eat it. You know, have it leave it in the bag, but don't like fruit or anything that can be tampered with. Unfortunately, you got people out there that are you know. Keegan DX said for Halloween 2008, I said I am a trick or treater and I approve this message. So yeah, Daniel Mark LeBlanc, are your antennas in your backyard or connected to your house? Does your town or city have regulations? No. No. I think the only regulation we have obviously is if I were to put a tower, like a 50-foot tower, then there's a limit. And I think that's one of the questions on the tech exam. Uh there's a limit that you have to get a permit. I think you need like a permit if it's like I think if it's less than 30 feet, it depends. But no, I don't. I mean, what I have, no, I don't need no permit or nothing like that. No, I don't need no permit for that. I was looking into buying one of those towers, like a 20. I saw one that was like I saw one on Craigslist. The guy was selling it for nothing. I think it was like 26 feet uh section, and it came up to like 26 feet. So it's not a big tower, just 26 feet. But I was gonna do it because first of all, my wife looked at me like, "Really, you're gonna put a tower next to our house? Like, what if we try to sell this house one day?" So I was like, "Now, of course, if I had a property like up there, you know, 25 acres, yeah, I would put it. But no, not." So no, I don't. There's no other than that. No, like especially my neighborhood, there's no HOA. So that's another thing. I could put whatever I want to put. I could put a satellite dish in my backyard. If I want to put one of those big C-band dishes, I could put it in my backyard. I don't know. There's no issue with all that. I can do that. Keegan DX, my dad has a 25-foot tower put up in sometime between 2005 2006, and a 50-foot tower put up in 2012. Wow. 50 feet. Wow. Who climbs up there? 50 feet? Wow. I'd be scared to climb that. I feel like I get vertigo when I go to the roof. Because for me to go up to the roof, I have to go. For me to go up to the roof, I have to go to the second floor, right? The kitchen. I have to open the window. I have to go outside because there's a little roof there with like a sloping roof with shingles. There's a fire escape ladder right there, right outside the side of the house. I climb up that. That's how I go on the roof. So, and right now, as I, my belly, I need to lose weight because one day I'm not gonna be able to fit through that window. So if I don't lose the weight, one day I'm not going to be able to fit through that window to go up to the roof. So that's how I get up to my roof. And then when I'm on the roof, my roof does not have like side, like some of these houses, like especially the flat. I think they call them flat brick house with a flat roof. Some of them have like a little wall around it. My roof doesn't have that. I only have a little wall in the front. That's it. So on the side, I don't like to be too close because I feel like I get vertigo. Like I'm gonna lean over and fall. So I have to be careful when I'm up there. So that's another thing why I don't like going on the roof anymore like I used to. When I go up there, it's because I have to go up there and you know, because it's climbing up that, like 5 years ago, I was 50 pounds lighter. It was better. Now I can still climb it. I was up there a few months ago. I was on the roof. I climbed up to the roof, but I don't like doing it as often as I used to. I try not to anymore. You know, I'm telling you, I need to lose the weight first. And then when I climb up the ladder, I can pull myself up. That's not the issue. It's just that you know, um, I have to be careful. That's why. As long as I'm careful, I'm okay. But I cannot imagine climbing up a 50-foot tower. No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that anymore. No, I wouldn't do that. I don't think I would do that. I wouldn't. Key in the extra the TV antenna on the 25-foot was damaged on the VHF side after a 2009 ice storm in late January. It could still pick up VHF analog from Tulsa, but not just what for digital. Okay. And let me see. Let me just no. Okay, power was out on January 27th to February 2nd, 2009. Okay. Wow. Daniel Mark LeBlanc. Does anyone out there, including you, have a favorite shortwave radio that you listen to regularly? Yeah, well, my favorite is in terms of portable is I like the XX Data D808. That's what I use a lot. In terms of portable, I also like my Sony. They're both the same, but my Sony ICF 2002, even though it's older, I really like this radio. It's a nice radio. Um, Especially shortwave. Yeah, it's very good radio and medium wave. But this is one of my favorite radio. I like the Ratty Wow. The Ratty Wow R108. That's my other favorite portable. This little guy right here. Put this one. I like this one too. I use this one a lot too. The Ratty Wow. Of course, doesn't have no single sideband, but I'm talking about for shortwave broadcast. I like this radio too. It's a nice radio. It's a nice little radio. And when I travel, I usually take this one and the SH Data, the 808. Those are my two go-to radios that I take when I travel. And of course, even though it's not shortwave, where's the other radio at? My little secret pocket. I like taking that one too. Oh, it's in the other room, I think. And also that's why I'm looking at that C crane, the C crane SSB2, C crane Skywave SSB2 is gonna be released in November 18th. I'm looking at that one because that one is like, basically like this, but that one has NOAA, it has airband, single sideband, it has the external jack, and that one also has the adapter. I'm looking at that one because if I get that one, that's gonna replace this one. Oh, programming. Okay. Oh, I thought you meant radios. Okay. So programming. I listen to a lot of, even though NHK. I listen to a lot of NHK. I like NHK. I listen also to WRMI. I listen to programming on that. I listen to there's a bunch of programming I listen to. I don't, shortwave. I listen to a few, but not as often as I used to. You know, of course. Also, I listen to Radio Havana. I like like the music. I don't like the I don't I don't obviously I don't like their their politic whatever the anti-American, but I like progresso. I like when the music. I like the music. I enjoy the Spanish music. I enjoy it. And sometimes they have like especially progresso on shortwave, but it's the same thing as medium wave. They have also like serial. Um, well, not on the shortwave side, but on the medium wave. I know I heard it because I listen to them on streaming too. And they have like what is it? Is I know it's kind of cheesy, but I listen to it. It's like serial is like a soap opera or some kind of theater or whatever you want to call it. But it's so they have. I heard that in Progresso. And it's like, it's interesting. It's like, because I watched it. I watched it on streaming. I watched Cuban TV on streaming. And it reminds me of my childhood. Like when I lived in Puerto Rico for a couple of years. It reminded me of that. Because my mother when I was a kid, well anyway, even to the day she passed. My mom used to watch a lot of serials. Yeah, and jazz. That's another thing I like. So if I'm gonna pick one, if I'm gonna pick one that I listen to the most, is Cuban stations, because I listen to the music a lot. I listen, and I'll hear like I'll hear the rhetoric stuff, and but that's the other side of it, man. And that's it doesn't bother me. It's just that's the history. That's the way they think about us or whatever. And not us, the government, I guess. And yeah, and I listen to that too. Yeah, exactly. Now you brought that up. Good thing you brought that up too. Yeah, I listen to that side too, Radio Marti, because they talk about the stuff that goes on over there, like the people that get locked up over there for protesting and all that. So that's the other side of it. And also Radio Marti, I like to listen to them when they have baseball. When they have baseball, and also Progresso too. I heard it also on baseball, Cuban baseball. So I listen to sports like Cuban baseball. When they had the Olympics, sometimes you hear the broadcasters. They'll set aside some time for sports events broadcasting. So I listen to that too because it's Spanish and it's broadcasting, and so yeah. So I you know what, I think it would be Cuba and Radio Marti. That would be like my top in terms of Spanish. I like Spain too. Radio Studio. I forgot about that one too. I like to listen to that one too a lot. You know, those are the ones I will listen to. Of course, some I miss. I love the voice of Greece. I used to love that one because I love their music. Even though there's a good friend of mine. She's Greek, and I love the whole Greek thing. I love Greek. I since I was a I my dream was to travel to Greece. That was one of my dreams. If I had to pick a country that I wanted to travel first, that was in Europe, was Greece. I wanted to go to Greece. That was my number one country that I wanted to travel because I saw movies on it, and I was like, man, Greece is a beautiful place. You know, so I always wanted to travel to Greece. So she got married there. She a few years ago. She got married. She got married. She got married in Greece. She went to Greece and got married. She's a good, she's a good friend of ours. So Greece is the one that on my head. That's the one. That's the bucket list country that I would like to travel. I love your radio demo. Thank you. Thank you. And let me see. Keegan DX. I also listened to my Grande S450 DLX. My first FMDX radio picked up Las Vegas and Flagstaff on my first evening FMDX on June 1st. Man, you got them logged down by the date. I don't remember the first, but then again, I don't log. I never logged anything, so you know. Daniel Mark LeBlanc, yes, great Spanish music and fabulous, jazz, yeah. And the reason why I like listening to Cuba because they are no matter what the rhetoric is, they are brothers and sisters. Because like Puerto Rico and Cuba, we have a history. It's a interconnected history. It goes back to 1898 when United States won in the Spanish American War. Cuba became an independent country, but Puerto Rico became a territory, and that kind of changed the history of both countries. Cuba could have been a territory, and Puerto Rico could have been an independent country, and who knows what the history would have done. Cuba could have been Puerto Rico in terms of socialist country or communist, whatever. And Cuba could have been an American territory, but if vice versa. And it didn't turn out to be that way. Cuba was independent, because remember, 1898, Cuba became, before that, it was a Spanish colony. So when the War of 1890, Spanish American War, 1898, when the Spanish, surrendered, said, okay, Cuba became free, independent. And that's it. They became, and Puerto Rico became part of the U.S. territory. But it could have been the opposite. It could have been the opposite. And then I was born in Puerto Rico. I could have been born from an independent country, Puerto Rico. I probably would have never came here. My life would have been a lot different. It would have been. So that's how I can relate to them. So yeah, Radio Marti is also great. And now I listen to my Eton Keegan DX, and now I listen to my Eton Grundig Field BT, my current FMDX Radio RDS since 2019. Okay. I heard of Radio Marti and TV Marti analog channel 13. I read about. Okay. Because I watched them. I seen them on streaming. Because I have an app. I have several apps with the Fire Stick that you can listen. You can watch all those channels. So they got one for if you want to watch Cuban channels. So I watch those things. I watch Cuban channels. It's interesting to watch other channels from other countries. It's like shortwave listening, except if you even though you're not DXing those channels, but just to stream and watch them, and you see how there's certain things that um you can really. I grew up, like I said, I lived in Puerto Rico for 2 years, so I know where I lived, there was some poverty, but not to the degree where for example, Haiti was not like that, but it was still poverty. There was still poverty around, you know. And I watch that stuff, and I find it interesting. I find it interesting. And I don't always watch American TV. I like to watch other stuff. I watch Chinese TV. I watch, of course, Japanese with the NHK and all that. I watch Cuban TV. I watch other a lot of places. I watch TV. You know, because there's streaming apps out there. You can watch all that. You get a different perspective, too. Kind of opens up your mind. So, and some of it is very entertaining. It is. Sometimes even the cooking shows. My wife watches that with me when we watch Indian cooking shows, or we watch, even Arabic cooking shows and all that. You know, and I'm like, wow, look how they chop that up, and we just sit there and watch all that. We don't understand what they're saying, but when he puts the ingredients, we know what he's doing. Oh, that's lamb meat. Is this? This is what? And we watching it, and we just okay. We don't know the language. We just watch it, and we can sit there and my friend, I can sit there and watch it, and my son too. My son sits there and he watches that stuff too. Operating in Florida, okay. Yeah, Radio Marti. Danny Mark LeBlanc. Last night I was listening to Radio Taiwan in Afghanistan. I was surprised how well it's coming in. I find the best receiver capturing excuse me. This stuff is my Grundig 800. I guess you and the Texan 5 H501X, yeah. No, I put the Grundig right here. I did it earlier today. I put it right here. And I was telling people about, oh yeah, since you got the Grundig 800, right? Let me show you. So is this the plug you have for the Grundig 800? This one right here. Let me see. Let me put that. Come on, what? Okay, there you go. Because when I bought this Grundig 800, I bought it a few years ago. I bought it from a guy. It was a Craigslist seller. I paid $150 for it. Yeah. So this plug, when I bought it, the first thing I asked him, "Do you have the original power supply?" He said, "Yeah." So this is it. Because I heard that if you don't have the original power supply for that, it can cause issues. There's some that tend to overheat, and there's some that obviously make a lot of noise. So you have to have the one that comes with it, or you're really gonna have a hard time finding a good one. So that's the first thing I asked him. Do you have the original? He said, "Yeah." I said, "Oh, thank you, thank God." So I wanted to make sure, because since he owned one, I wanted to make sure this is the original one. Because I looked it up and I was told that if you're gonna buy one, make sure you get the original power supply for the Grundig 800, because they are notorious for failing. Either they overheat or they make a lot of noise. They introduce a lot of noise. Oh, okay. So let me go up here real quick and then I'll go back down. I listened to radio in New Zealand recently, 15720. Yeah, I need to. I was trying to. I listened to them the other. I heard them the other day, and I was up late, and I just put it on. I was listening to on my Yesu, um, with the MLA 30. No, Radio Marti is here. It's out of Florida, but they broadcast to, of course, to Cuba. They're in Florida. They're in Miami, I believe. Have well, yeah, they're basically from Florida, and they broadcast into Cuba. Well, into basically Cuba. And Daniel Mark LeBlanc. Radio China in English is great. I certainly have their own view. And yeah, but you're right. It is sometimes to get away from the North American, what you call it, North American bubble. Exactly. You don't have to agree with them. I listen to them. I'm streaming on my phone. I listen to Radio Reloj from Cuba. I listen to a lot of stations on my phone too when I'm laying down. I don't always put it on medium wave and hear. Sometimes I listen to world stuff. I listen to a lot of BBC World Service. I listen to that. I listen to that a lot. And they could be a little, one side, but I listen to it. I don't care. I heard everything. I listen to NPR. They sometimes they're a little way out there. Sometimes I just listen to it. It doesn't really, it doesn't bother me either way. It's like, because at the end of the day, I want to hear both sides. Um, you have your point. You have your point. Sometimes I'm gonna agree with this point. This point. I'm not gonna say, well, I'm not gonna stay on one side and say, well, you're wrong because you're this and that. No, you know, yeah. I listen to CBC. I listen to them too. When I have my well, I don't use iTunes no more. But when I had iTunes, one of my stations I used to listen to a lot was a CBC, Canadian broadcast. But I would listen to them from Alaska. No, not Alaska. Yukon, Whitehorse, Yukon, because I want to hear what was the temperature. So it'd be like the temperature is, what it was, something way below zero. I was like, man, it's cold over there. So I would just listen to that. And then, of course, they have the local content over there. A lot of it is, Native American, whatever. Because depending on where CBC, like if it's in Winnipeg, they have the local content for that. Because I watch them too. If it's in Yukon, right, Yukon territory, they have local content for that. So I used to watch it. It was interesting, like, how people live over there in extreme cold weather and things like that, sometimes we take those things for granted, There was this one that the guy was just shopping in a supermarket and a gallon of milk was like $10 because it takes so much to them to fly it there. And, so everything was like, basic stuff was expensive, you know? And it's fascinating. You take things for granted because sometimes they live in the middle of nowhere. I won't say middle of nowhere, but, they're remote. And, you know, you take things for granted. It's like, a gallon of milk is like $12, whatever it is over there, $15, you know? Yeah. So, Daniel Mark LeBlanc, I purchased mine from an old friend who was a ham operator. It was in mint condition. I love that radio. Yeah, it's a great radio. It's a great radio. I think mine, well, I'm going to fire it up tonight. I'm going to just sit here and listen to it, But I think my radio, I think it's the antenna. I think it's lucid side. I need to open it maybe. But I'm going to hook that up to the MLA 30. I'm going to hook that one with the MLA 30. I'm going to listen to it tonight. And, just listen to it. I'm going to listen to it. Because I had it over there, but now that I took the air conditioner out, I put it here. I'm going to have it here. And I'm going to be tuning in with that one sometimes. Instead of using these, I'll tune in with that one. you know. And it's certainly not a perfect radio, but man, it's cool. It is. It's like a boom. I had you see it earlier. Well, in the replay, you'll see it. When I let me do it again. I had to flex now. I was telling people the back of it. Oh, it's heavy, heavy, boy. But when I bought mine, it was missing the Let me hold it like a boom box. Hopefully, I don't drop it. It's missing this knob, the squelch. I'm missing this knob. That was the only thing about this radio when I bought it. I paid $150 for. He gave me this radio. He gave me a CB walkie-talkie. He gave me 2 FRS radios. So he threw that in there. So that and the walkie-talkie, the CB portable. The CB, you see it. It's right here. It's this one. The CB. It's blocking them. Anyway, it's a CB portable and a pair of FRS. Yeah. Yeah, meat and fish. Yeah, you get a nice shot at it. Yeah. So, so that's the only thing. It was missing that. I had to carry that because it's heavy. And then I was showing the back of it, which is I like this part right here. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to put. Yeah, let me do it let me carry it as a boom box. Here we go. Woo! Shortwave, medium wave, long wave. These two. This is FM. Keegan, right? DX with his radio. FM right here. Long wave, medium wave, short wave right there. Look at my God. Look at me. My God. So 6 AA batteries. I'm AA. 6D batteries. 6D batteries. This thing is heavy already. And then with the batteries, oh my God. And they got the 2 handles. Oh my God. 3 bandwidth selection. 3 bandwidth selection. They got 2.3, 4.0, 6.0 bandwidth. Of course, single sideband has both. And separate bass and treble. So yeah, airband. Also has airband. Oh, thank you. No, he it was a good. It was just he missing the knob. Yeah, it's a boom box. I will fire it up right now, but I gotta run the plug all the way down here because I want to try to hide the plug, and plus I run out of outlets over here. But yeah, but man, I think I'm already bulging. My God, I think it's like a workout. So I got it for $150. So anyway, he threw it. When he sold me that radio, he sold me this one too. $150 was that radio and this. He threw this in. It works. He threw this in. And 2 FRS, a pair of FRS little talkies. So this and a pair of that and that radio for $150. So I was like, he lived in Brooklyn. Brooklyn guy. So I went to Brooklyn and with my wife, we drove over there and the Craigslist. I'm telling you, on Craigslist, I saw it. I was like, wow. He was originally selling it for like 200 and I think he was selling it for 250. So I was like, I said, listen, I'll offer you 150 because I saw the picture that was missing the knob. So I said, listen, I'll offer you 150. And then he said, okay. I said, fine. I said, okay. Good. I thought he was gonna say no, and he was gonna say maybe 200. He said, no, I said, okay. Fine. So then I met him and I was like, okay, cool. And it's working fine. It's just that I think it's the antenna too is a little it's a little when I pull it, I can notice that when I move sometimes the signal will fluctuate. And I think it's a little loose in there. I think I need to take it out, just maybe to tighten up the screw or something, and that's it. But when I plug in the external, it works fine. And on FM it's fine. AM, medium wave is fine. It's just shortwave. It goes a little deaf. It's a little deaf on shortwave with the antenna. So and then I wanted that radio. I was like, man, I want that radio. Because I saw Tom. Tom was the first one to mess with that radio on his channel. And I said, man, I want that beast. I want that beast. The beast. See, Eton should make another radio like this. Right? Instead of making that stupid radio, they should have made another boombox like this. Maybe with 2 speakers. The same radio with 2 speakers. And maybe add a couple of little more bells over this. That radio would have sold. Right? The same radio with 2 speakers. Throw in Noah. Because they already got everybody. Throw in Noah. And or maybe HD radio. HD radio. That radio would have sold like crazy. The same radio with 2 speakers, HD radio, and Noah. Just throw Noah and that's it. The same radio with the 2. I would have been like, man, I want that radio. That would have been a boom box. 2 speakers. Because that's what we know. That's what Texan did, right? With the 2 speakers. Top that. I was, oh, you got a 2-speaker Texan? It got it's RDS. RDS, right? It has RDS. I think it does have RDS. Does it have RDS? I think it does. What? I never thought about it. I think it. No, I don't think it. Oh my God, that's right. I don't think it does have RDS. No, it doesn't. Yeah, of course. But then throw an RDS. Exactly. There you go. Let me go back up here. Okay, I listen to Vancouver, BC radio every morning since I'm close to the border. Oh, that's cool. Sometimes I hear CBC Radio 1 from Waltris, Saskatchewan on 540 at night. Oh, that's cool. I also hear CBC Radio 1 from Ottawa. Oh, I also heard, 91.5, your East Kip, 1,160 miles, 61 miles, excuse me. Meat and fish, however, is very cheap in the Yukon. All you need is a good rifle. Yeah. That's out there. There's a lot of hunting and fishing. Well, yeah, fishing, yeah. Well, you don't need a rifle for fishing, but for meat, yeah. I have to make room. Oh, you get that radio, yeah. But I bought most of them on Craigslist. You know about Craigslist? You gotta go meet. Yeah, you gotta go drive wherever, meet them. A lot of them Craigslist sellers, and that's another thing with Craigslist sellers. Sometimes they don't want you to go to their house. You gotta meet them in a public place, which is fine by me. I don't. As long as you bring the radio, I don't care. We'll meet at the parking lot. I don't care. Like when I bought these radios, I met the guys at the parking lot. Oh, local Walmart right here. I'm near this Walmart. You can meet me at the parking lot. I said, okay. I didn't go to nobody's house. That one I went to the guy's house in Brooklyn. But most of them, it was in a public place, parking lot. Because some people don't feel comfortable. You go into their house or whatever. That's fine. I don't care. I'm like, look, I just want to buy the radio. I don't care about what you want. Just give me the radio. Give me the radio. Here's the money. Give me the radio. Give me the radio. Some of them were like that. Like, I don't want. I said, oh, that's fine. I don't care. It's business. The radio works. It's business. Come on. This one, that's a national NC 188. It's a tube radio. It's a shortwave and broadcast band medium wave. And it works fine. And I bought this radio, and I bought this one and the transoceanic, and it's working too. I think the H500. I bought those two for 200 and I think it was 250, 225. No, I think it was two. Yeah, I think it was 250. I gave 250. The same guy told me I bought another radio for him before. He's a Craigslist. And that's the one I met in Walmart. Cause he lives up there where I go to the Walmart 50 miles away. So I told him I'm gonna be over there and I'll meet you over there. And I said, okay. And he lives in town nearby there, and in the car he drove, pull up, put in my trunk. Okay, here's the money. And I told him, if it don't work, I'm gonna come and get you. I told him it better work. I'm gonna come and get you. He said, no, it works. I'll give you my word. I said, I'm gonna come and get you. The guy showed up with his wife because the guy I think couldn't even walk. He had like a cane. He couldn't even get out the car. He had trouble getting out the car. Older guy. And he had some health issues. So the wife actually helped him out the car. But I told him, if it don't work, I'm gonna come and get you. I was just joking with him, though, but he was like, but he recaps them. He recaps all of them. On Craigslist, he buys radios off of you, or you could pay him to recap. So he buys radio off of people and he resells them, because that's what he does. That's his hobby. He just likes to he brings radios back to life. That's what he does. So he said, no, this is fully recap. He said, I want his recap. And I said, okay. And when I got home, I fired it up. It was like, boom, beautiful. It's playing. I made videos on it. I made videos of this one playing. And I played Radio Marti on that one. This one too had Radio Marti. I was playing it. That was actually my favorite. Radio Marti. I got a video on this one playing Radio Marti. I hooked up to an external speaker, because that's the thing. They don't have a speaker. You got to hook up to an external speaker. And worked fine. And I have them here because I'm gonna try to hook up the BNC to the wire. I'm gonna have the connectors out here, so I can fire it up right here. I want to fire it up right here and play this one. Of course, I gotta take all the stuff out the way when I fire it up, but that's why I put them there, because I want to start using them in there. I'll let it play there. Let me see. What am I on? I'm on the web here. Oh, I only use quotes when I'm listening to the airband, your radio. Yeah, thank you. The sound on that radio is what sets other. Yeah, it's a great sound. Yeah, the boom box. Then you have a nice collection of radios. I like seeing them when you're on the air. I love the condition of your helicopters in. I have one, but it's certainly not in that shape. Yeah, well, the guy, when I bought it, the guy said he recap. But this one, what happened with this one? No, not this one. This one, I bought these two together. This one and this one together, and a third radio. It's a multi-band portable from the 70s. So those three, it was 200 and I think I gave them 225 for those three. That was in Long Island. I met the guy at a I think it was I forgot what. Anyway, I met him in some shopping center, and he sells radios a lot too. He's another one that likes to sell, because those guys, they always on Craigslist a lot. They always selling radios. It's not like they sold it once and that's it. They always on Craigslist. They have a lot of radios they sell, because that's what they do. They just buy radios and refurbish them and sell them. So and they work fine. This one though, I had to fix it when I because the thing broke, the dial broke. I had to restring it. and that's it. It's working fine. I made videos on this. I made videos on this one. You know. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes you're gonna have to go far, then, Daniel. Um, I found them through Craigslist. Like the guys I usually sell on Craigslist from around here. That's what they do too. They don't announce it on the Craigslist. They just say, I asked, I said, I asked, I said, do you restore? He said, yeah. He said, we can make a deal. You know, sometimes he exchange radios. Like I'm thinking about getting rid of this one and this one. Maybe what I'll do is I'll probably get rid of these two and exchange it for one radio that I really want. And because he does that too, you know. So that's why sometimes you're gonna have to, maybe Craigslist. The guys that usually guys that sell those type of radios, they're usually the ones that like to refurbish radios and resell them. You know, and in this case, the guy lives, it's like 50 miles away. He's like a 50 miles away from here. He lives like in what is it, Orange County, all the way up there. He lives in. But he's the only guy that I know and that does it. I don't know if he still does it because it's been a few years since I bought it. But I see his ads on Craigslist still. As a matter of fact, he still does it because I checked it out a few weeks ago, and he's still selling radios. Keegan DX. I also have the Eton Grundy Edition Satellite and Eton Elite Executive, both with SSB, acquired in March and July 2020, respectively. Okay. And let me move down because I'm a little behind. Let me see. Sangean HDR14 was my first HD radio. After watching Jill's review in November. Okay. And you have the Skywave SSB. Okay. And then we go down here. Yeah, so my stomach just growled. Oh my God. Yeah, so Craig, I will look at Craigslist. Because what I do is I put when I search on Craigslist, I put shortwave radio. First, that's what I put, search for shortwave radio. And you're gonna get all types. You're gonna get the ones that are selling the cheap portables. But I look at the ones that got the old they call them vintage. Vintage. So the guy that I found, the guy that sold me this one and the Zenith Transoceanic, he had a whole bunch of different other radios. He had like 6 different radios, 6 different ads. And it was from the same town. So I know it was the same guy. So then I contacted him. I emailed him first, then he contacted. Then he gave me his number. I called him up. We started talking, and I said, "So you selling all those radios?" He said, "Yeah, yeah." So I said, "Listen, I want to buy this one and this one. How much you gonna give me? Give me, let's make a deal." So he said, "Okay, I'm gonna give you the Zenith for this one. I'll give you both for this one." And that's how we got a deal. And then he told me, when I met him over there, he told me, oh, I also he said, because we started talking, he said, "No, this is what I do. I stay home because I'm on disability. So I stay home and I just like to, that's how he spends his time. That's how he spends his time. So he just likes to refurbish radios. So he, and some of his ads he put also, I also buy radios. Or I'm willing to exchange for radios. So he put that on his ad. So when you find somebody like that, you know what? You got to keep them in your back pocket. Because that's the guy I'm probably gonna go when I want to refurbish. If I need to refurbish, I'm gonna ask him. Because he said, because I told him, I said, "Do you?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "Whenever you have a radio and you want to refurbish," he said, "Give me a call." I said, "Okay." So sometimes you find them, you find them through. So I got that guy, like Arthur. I think Arthur has somebody that he sends his radio to, and he pays them, and the guy fixes up his radio, whatever, brings it back to life or whatever, or refurbishes whatever, when you have a guy like that, and you getting these radios, you know what? Keep the business going for him, Yeah, some of it I would like to sit down, like this one, for example. I would like to sit down this one and, you know, fix the issue. I just don't have the time right now. I don't have the time. I don't have the space for it either. I have to make a separate space for that. For to, if I want to recap the radio, if I want to, whatever. I don't have a space, a workspace. I don't have a workspace for like a workbench. I was working on that, but then this summer a lot of things came up. I want to have a workbench in the garage for that stuff. And one day, if I ever have that, I'll make videos on that. Like Paul does that. How to, there's videos of plenty of guys that do that. They show you how to, recap or fix the problem. I'm not at that. First of all, I'm not at that skill level yet, but I could do some. I just don't have the space here to do it. I need to dedicate a space for that. Because I wanna recap. There's a couple of which radio I want to recap. Probably this one. This one. Let me see the S20R. This one. I have to move my microphone. No, you're gonna be able to see. Yeah, you're not gonna be able to see it. It's all the way down here. You're not gonna be able to see it anyway. Let me see. Yeah, that one. That one I would like to recap because it's kind of deaf on shortwave, and I think it just needs to be recapped. And probably a couple of more other things. And I bought that radio for like $50. This radio was about to go in the scrap heap, and somebody rescued it and sold it to me. Otherwise, it would have wound up in a dumpster, in a landfill. It powers up, it works on medium wave, but on shortwave it's a little deaf. But $50, And that one I would like to recap it and bring it back to its old glory, Like I said, something because there's videos like that guy, he was a college student. In his university, they were throwing them out. They were just literally throwing them in the dumpster. And he said, "What are you doing?" Whoa. He rescued a few of them. He posted them on Craigslist. He sold me that one for $50. And I said, "Does it power up?" Yeah, it turns on. I just don't know how to. I don't hear anything. I said, because it doesn't have an antenna. So I took it home. I put a long wire on it, like 15 feet of wire. It wasn't even that long. Boom. Medium wave. I started hearing, my video. I'm listening to WFAN. That's what I listen to. And it's playing medium. Now shortwave is it's kind of deaf a little bit, but maybe yeah. And I cleaned it up and everything. I cleaned it up as best as I can. It looks much better. The way he had it, it looked like it was in the trash. It was all dusty. It had a little paint splatter on it. I really cleaned up that radio. I cleaned up that radio, man. Put elbow grease on that sucker. And it looks good, man. I show you. It looks good, man. Sorry. It looks good. Looks pretty good, right? $50. And the Hamilton too, I paid $50 for that. That's from a guy in Connecticut. But that Halicrafter, man, that thing was gonna go in the landfill. It was gonna go in the trash. I can't believe people are gonna throw it in the trash. That's somebody's grandfather's radio. He probably heard World War II, because this is before World War II. He probably heard news reports from World War II on that radio. That radio has history behind it. And a university was gonna throw it out in the garbage. It's crazy. I told the guy, I said, that kid, I said, because he was like I think he was like in his early 20s. And I told him, that radio is older than I told him that radio is from the 30s. I told him. He said, yeah. I said, yeah. I mean, he thought it was gonna be worth it. I said, no, you can sell it on eBay. You probably get a couple of $100 for it or more, but good luck on the shipping. Good luck on all that. Plus, it's fragile. It got tubes in it. And you ship that thing off, one little vibration, you're gonna break a tube in there and all that. And because I bought a couple of tubes for it, replacement, and still it works better, but it's still not. But I can't believe they're gonna throw it in the garbage in a dumpster. That thing would have been if it was of him, that thing would have been in a landfill. Would have never been. It would have been somewhere in a landfill, buried, rusting away. You know. You gonna tell me that one of us radio guys would have loved to have that radio? Man, I was like, wow. That's why I tell people, people say, oh, I want to get a tube. Craigslist. You got to go on hit Craigslist all the time. Just keep. I just had to stop because it was addicting. I could have had a lot more radios here, but it's the money, man. I had the room. I could have bought Collins radio, big Collins radio. People selling all these radios, and I would have had the whole wall all the way over here full of radios. It'd be ridiculous. Yeah, but even here, when I got that $50, but I'm telling you, it's Craigslist. Sometimes it's opportunity. That's it. Because I check it all the time. The guy was selling it originally. He was selling it for $150, but then I had to talk him down because he said, I don't know if it works because I just turn around and I don't hear nothing. I was like, and I didn't tell him at the time that finally when we made a deal. And I told him, yeah, because it doesn't have a wire. And he was like, okay. And then he wanted to sell me watt meters. He has a whole bunch of watt meters that we're going to throw out from the 20s and 30s. But I wasn't interested in that. I should have bought one too. I should have just bought one anyway, because just to have them on a display. Because it was some science department in this school. I can't believe a science department was throwing out all this stuff. It's a shame. Yeah, Radio Shack. 50 years. And I miss Radio Shack. I go to his website where I see the catalog and I just be like, man, I miss that Radio Shack. Let me see. You wouldn't get that. Yeah, you wouldn't get that. But it's not even that way we're gonna get, because even in here, I didn't think I would get that for $50. But what happened? He was really selling it for $150. I think he was selling it for like $150. I think it was $150 or $100 or something. I forgot what it was. But then I told him, I said, listen. And I explained to him, I said, listen. You could sell it on eBay. I told him you could sell it on eBay for whatever, but you're gonna have to pay for the shipping. You better hope it doesn't get. You better hope that the buyer doesn't complain right away that it got damaged during the shipping. Because then he's gonna have to ship that back to you, because that thing weighs a ton. That's not no lightweight radio. You think the Grundig weighs? That thing weighs more than that. Those radios weigh more than the Grundig. Okay, they're heavy. Okay, this one weighs like 40 pounds. This one right here, this one weighs a ton. Okay? They're heavy. Don't think they're heavy. It's all metal. This is metal. Steel, metal. They're heavy. So to ship that is gonna, because I seen the prices on eBay. Yeah, you're selling it for $200, but the shipping is like $200. So you're really paying $400 for that radio or more. So yeah, I'm not paying that much for it. That's why for that, either you go to a ham fest, buy locally, or Craigslist. That's the only way you're gonna get a radio like this for a good price. Don't even bother on eBay, because eBay you're gonna run so many different risks. The shipping risk alone, it could get damaged. The tubes in there will get damaged just with the vibration. Even if they package it correctly, you can still damage the radio. Okay? And the shipping is gonna be ridiculous. So my tip is, for if you want to buy this type of radio, either buy it at a ham fest, Craigslist. Buy locally. That's it. You're not gonna be able to create. eBay is too much risk. Now when you're dealing with these radios, then yeah, you can get away with eBay. But a tube radio like these or bigger, nah, you're gonna have to do locally. I would never buy it on Craigslist. I mean on eBay, because the shipping alone will break the bank. Plus the risk of handling the package. The tubes easily get damaged. They're very fragile. They're very fragile. You know, I I I mm, I broke one of them. I broke the tube just because I tapped it the wrong way. I felt that it cracked, and lucky I had replacements for it. I think one of them damaged because I was trying to take it out, and it was already. No, I think it was already damaged. And then when I took it out, it finally. So man, I think it was a pain to get it out, but I got it out, and then I put the replacement. It worked. Boom, it worked fine. So I should make a video on that alone, how to buy tube radios and what to look for, and maybe do a video on that alone, what to look for. Because I got good deals on all of them. I'm not bragging about it. I think it, because I'm not gonna pay. I'm not paying $400 for one radio. No, 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 it's not gonna happen. I'll pay 100 or something, maybe 200, but that's a tippy top. I wouldn't go higher than that. I would not go higher than that. Mm-mm. No way. But that's again Craigslist. You talk to the guy, explain to the person, listen, because that's another thing. Some people, um, like if I were to sell the radio, I wanted to sell it to somebody that's gonna take care of it. That's gonna, not to some, well, I don't know, whatever. Maybe that's just me. So, like the ones that I bought off, most of them, they were hams. A lot of them were hams. Older, older people. They were like, they need to start getting rid of stuff too. And I told them, I said, no, listen, I have a channel, and I explained to them, I said, no, this is gonna be in good hands. I have a channel. I'm gonna showcase the radio, and I get the price down more because I go, oh yeah, okay. He sees that I'm gonna put it to good use, right? So he said, you know what? I'll give it to you for this price. There you go. He said, by the way, what's your channel? And I'll give him I said, here, channel. And I said, oh, that's cool. They get excited when I tell them. Sometimes they get excited. They say, oh, you got a channel on it. I say, oh, okay, that's cool. You know, you know, it's how you approach, when somebody like that, Yeah. So let me go down here a little bit. My God, my stomach is growling. What the? Yeah, I think I'm gonna. Daniel Mark LeBlanc, $1 worth 73 cents American, taxes at 15%. A lot more expensive than those gems. Yeah, wow. Bobby, currently 61%, 61 Fahrenheit, and sun telling that. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what it is right now. I have to. Let me see. Alexa, What is the temperature in Yonkers, New York?
Right now, it's 49 degrees Fahrenheit. Tonight, expect a low of 40 degrees. By the way, I can now notify you of breaking news updates. Would you like that?
No, thank you, Alexa. There you go. Yep, 49 degrees. Okay. So I think we're supposed to go down to the upper 30s, maybe. So, all right. I am going to sign off now. It's 3 hours. My stomach is growling. I like, I don't know if you can hear it through the microphone. My God, it's growling. So I'm going to sign off. I'm going to say thank you, everybody, for being in the live stream. Thank you, Keegan. Oh my God. Thank you, Daniel Mark LeBlanc. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you, everybody, for watching. See anybody else? Yeah. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you. And I might be on tomorrow. I'm not sure because I said I was gonna be on maybe tomorrow too. But if I'm not on tomorrow again, my schedule is gonna be from now on Tuesdays, 4 p.m. Eastern. Thursdays, 4 p.m. Eastern. That's gonna be my regular schedule from now on. So be not tomorrow's Thursday, but I did one today because I say, you know what, I'm gonna but so I don't know if I'll be on tomorrow. I probably won't be on tomorrow because I need to catch up on some stuff. I put it off for today because I said, you know what? So this will be my last Wednesday that I'm doing this. So again, Tuesdays 4 p.m., Thursdays 4 p.m. Eastern. And then of course my retro gaming channel. I have the channel link in the it's also on the description. I have the channel links there. So if you want to sign up for that too, because I may do a live stream on that probably Friday or so, And also, I'm looking into something else. I'm gonna explain that in another video later on. I mean, another live stream because I want to do something for you guys, especially Bobby and Keegan. To get more subscribers. So I'm thinking about maybe I'm looking into something to help you guys. Um, it's something like maybe but I think I'll message you guys about it, and then we'll see. Because you guys are always on my stream, and I want to promote you guys more. So I want to see if I could just I have a few channels. I could just say, you know what, I can subscribe to your channel, and we could work out something like that too. Because you guys have more subscribers, and I like to help out. Oh, you're on Facebook? Yeah, I know you're on Facebook. So because I'm thinking about anyway, I'm gonna look into it, and I'll think about doing something. Oh, Elma, okay. Have a great night. Yeah, thank you. I jumped in to say hi, but thank you. So I'll see you guys on. If I'm not, I'm like I said, I'm doing bank on tomorrow. If not, then I'll see you guys on Tuesday at 4 o'clock. So thank you for watching and take care. Bye bye. Take care.